Hello, everybody, and welcome to Team Fortress TV's continuing coverage of ESEA Season 21. We've got some invite action for you this evening on Metalworks. We have a pretty interesting matchup, which we'll talk about in just a second. First things first, though, let's just go down the roster of your production team. My name is Getawhale. I'm joined silently by Mr. Mathsad, aka Dash Sniper, aka the Russian polar bear, and I'm also joined by, of course, Kurt Truktruk, Russ. And Kurt, we were just talking just minutes ago about how this is actually kind of an interesting matchup. This is EVL Gaming showing off, whatever that means, against Bird Noises, and I don't know. It feels like there's a potential here for maybe a bit of an upset. Would you agree?
Yeah,
or disagree?
I would agree. I think the chances are slim, but as you pointed out, actually, right before we went live here, Bird Noises took EVL 3-4 on Viaduct earlier in the season and almost took down EVL. I believe it was the third week on Viaduct.
Yep.
And yeah, they might have their number, or at least some of it.
Yeah. Well, let's break it down a little bit. Both of these teams are 12 games in, and we're coming kind of on the home stretch here of the season, as you might like to call it. And the EVL Gaming team, of course, they are at 9-3, and they have no worries of making LAN. They're in. Or making playoffs, I'm sorry. My goodness, I'm going back in time here. But Bird Noises are at 6-6, and they're still kind of in a fight where each of these remaining matches are very, very important. They're kind of maybe the one team that sort of pulled out of the kind of the logjam we had at the start of the season and showed that, they want to get in. They want to get the 4th seed if they can. And the other thing I pointed out before this was that they've got upsets in them. They upset Street Hoops Esports earlier this season. Street Hoops, who are currently ahead of them in the standings. But, I mean, what do you make of that? It's not predictable. They can win.
I make this the most important match of the season for Bird Noises, like, by far. If they win this game and they win their next game, they will be playing Street Hoops, who will probably be tied with them with the same record at them at that point at the very end of the season for that final playoff spot. So if they win this game, they could secure themselves a playoff spot, or at least a more of a potential playoff spot. If they lose this game, it's kind of devastating for the Bird Noises squad if they want to make that 4th and final playoff spot.
Absolutely, yeah. You do get the feeling that it is kind of a must-win. They're, in that number 5 kind of bubble spot there right now. They've got Running with Scissors kind of on their heels. They've got a match coming up against them as well. Why don't we, while we're talking about standings and playoffs and that kind of thing, I'm looking at what's coming up next, and I think that Bird Noises have 3 matches after this one, 3 matches after this one, which are very much winnable. They've got Running with Scissors after this, they've got the Grime after this, and they've got Street Hoops again, who, as we've mentioned, they've already beaten. So certainly, they have got a chance, but they've got to start it right here tonight with a big win. And certainly if they get that win, my God, can you imagine with a win against EVL Gaming, how good they'll be feeling, heading in against Running with Scissors and those other guys? It's a pretty big deal, given how dominant EVL has been for most of this season.
Yeah, if they beat EVL, I think they can definitely win their next 2 matches. I think EVL is the strongest team that they'll be facing for the rest of the season. But again, they need to win this game. It's going to be very hard for them to catch up the Street Hoops if they start losing games. Once again, they only have 4 games total left in the season, including tonight. So they need to win, I want to say, all 4 of their next matches to make playoffs.
Yeah, well, certainly, absolutely. As we have a look at some of the rosters, Mathsad flashing up some of those, the numbers and stats and whatnot. Before we talk about individual players, let's talk about EVL Gaming and their last time out here on this Metalworks map. It was they got trampled, Kurt. It was broadcast right here on Team Fortress TV. It was like the it was in the rainforest. It was like the Lion King. Remember that scene, the trampling? That's what it felt like, wasn't it? A 5-1 against Froyo.
Yeah, I watched that game and it happened in a blink of an eye. Froyo just rolled on through, and EVL did not look very good in that game. But the week before on Granary, they looked pretty good against Street Hoops in that loss. But Yeah, again, they're on a losing streak for the first time in this season. The 2 losses in a row out of their 3 total losses, and yeah, Bird Noises might be catching them while they're weak here, while they're
Yeah,
on
I
the
mean,
on a downswing.
yeah, you gotta wonder. I was thinking about this before the cast as well. You know, if you're EVL Gaming, you've got your spot in playoffs guaranteed pretty much already. You know, sometimes we've seen teams toward the end of the season just sort of, you know, lay off a little bit, you know, scrim less, try a little less and whatnot, because, you know, other than seeding, you know, you can kind of lay off the gas a little bit toward the end of the season. So, I mean, do you think it's important to kind of play all of these matches, you know, the same, you know, give it all, give 110% for all of these? Or, I mean, do you think that EVL Gaming might sort of kind of slow down a little bit now and just kind of save it up for playoffs? You have any
I
opinion
really
on
do
that?
think I'm pretty sure every top team, especially every team in Invite, is giving it their all in every single week. They're scrimming a ton. But the thing is, I feel like EVL may just not be strong on a map like Metalworks. Obviously, excuse me, Proyotech is very strong, a strong team on Metalworks, at least against EVL, and they got rolled by Ronin. So that might put in perspective how inexperienced EVL is on Metalworks. So maybe Metalworks just isn't their map. So we'll
Yeah,
definitely see.
it's possible. I mean, Metalworks is still the map that I think of that kind of season after season people are saying, do we have to play it? Do we have to play it? It's not that it's a bad map, I don't think overall. What do you think it is that bugs people about the Metalworks map? Is it just a matter of all the other maps are kind of just favorites, or give me the Truktruk philosophy on the Metalworks? And you play a whole lot too, so I mean you have pretty good
Uh,
perspective on it.
my main gripe with Metalworks is that it doesn't really have any dynamic terrain. Like all of the terrain on the map, except for like the valley area outside of mid, is just flat ground, and it makes for really boring like movement options within the map. Beyond that, I think the main gripe on this midpoint is that uh, you can't really do anything as scout like early on. If a soldier high bombs, you can't really deny it. You just kind of have to let it happen and play off of it. And as we saw in the Ronin game, Mela high bombed 6 rounds in a row,
Yeah.
and it worked 5 out of the 6 rounds. So yeah, yeah. I don't know. It provides for some kind of stalemate action, just like Granary at times, but I don't know. I'm not a fan. I can't say I'm a fan. It's a really weird map. It's hard to pinpoint what I don't like about it because I haven't actually played it on a team in what several
Oh wow.
seasons. But
Yeah.
after getting some casting experience on this map, maybe we can get a different perspective on why players probably don't favor this map, Mike.
Yeah, we'll see. I mean, one complaint is that there used to be a lot of stalemate kind of moments, and we certainly saw some of those well, you know, this past week. I mean, you know, like this is kind of the last day, I guess, if you want to call it that, of Metalworks Week. Some stalemate moments. The other thing is, you know, the areas in around second and whatnot. You know, you have those choky little hallways, which can be kind of a disaster. And if you don't go the choky hallway, you have these big, wide open areas. So I don't know. I mean, we've seen some of these teams have kind of learned. You know, we've had it in the rotation now for several seasons, and I guess they're kind of learning the tricks of the trade and whatnot. But anyway, now one thing to mention is I'm having a look at the players in the server right now, Kurt, and if you're in as well, I
Yep,
see a name we haven't seen really this season.
I
It's
haven't
You
seen
Must
him.
Mike
Oh wow! I thought you were talking about
Pelt.
someone that's not even in the server right now.
Oh no,
I
nope.
thought you were talking about what's his name, Link User. No, I haven't seen Link User or You Must
I have
Mike.
a couple names. I see Pelt and I'm seeing You Must Mike. That's
Wow.
very interesting. The link user
So
has just joined up. So, and You Must Mike is on the medic class for bird noises, and I'm not seeing Indust. We didn't get any notification in this game that there would be a sub situation, but that's kind of a big deal.
yeah, that is a huge deal. You Must Mike playing medic, really. He's a fantastic scout, as we've seen the past several seasons. But can he stand up as a medic and hold his own for the Bird Noises squad?
Yeah,
That
and
is
the
the
other thing
question.
is, we're seeing, instead of Assassin, we're seeing Pelt right now in the server as demo for EVL. Pelt just it's today just today joined the roster. So there you go. You know, we try to keep on top of everything, but this is kind of a game time thing that happened. Pelt looks like he's going to be playing demo for EVL, which is another huge deal, especially demo on this map, Kurt.
Yeah, I feel like Assassin is, I wouldn't say incredibly strong, but definitely holds his own in pretty much every single match EVL has. And having, I feel like it is a little bit of an actual downgrade, Mike, for Pelt. I don't think Assassin is actually getting like replaced by Pelt. I think Pelt is subbing in.
Oh yeah, absolutely.
From what I've seen on the ESEA page, Assassin's name is like Assassin 60 Hertz or something. So maybe he's just broke his fancy monitor and doesn't want to play in his matches anymore or something. I'm not really sure. We'd have to get the details. I really don't know. Maybe there's some chemistry issues if he did actually get removed from the starting lineup, but I don't think that's the case. And seeing these changes with Mike and Pelt, I think Bird Noises are feeling good about this.
Yeah, well, I mean, Mike is a veteran of ESEA. For people who don't know the name, he's been around, not known for playing medic though, and you know, you got to wonder. We've seen a lot of kind of, you know, people on the medic class having kind of a rough time this season, but we'll see what he can pull out. Who do you think? Here you go, Kurt. Shot out of a cannon. Who's more important to their team, Indust or Assassin, or is it too close to call?
It's very hard to tell because I don't know how good Mike is going to be on medic. I imagine he's going to be really good. He seems like a really smart guy from my brief interactions with him. But as far as Pelt and Assassin, I do strongly believe that Assassin is the better demo man. And I don't know. We'll see. Maybe Bird Noises will exploit that. But if Mike is somehow atrocious at med, it could be bad news bears for Bird Noises here.
Absolutely. Well, that's something to look for, certainly, these two subs. And I mean, it's not what you want when you're coming down the stretch. There's a couple fans of Mike, I guess, in the chat and whatnot. But at any rate, it changes the face of the game. Now, we'll talk about the odds a little bit. On Saloon.tf, the bets were very slanted toward EVL, obviously. I mean, I think that goes without saying. They're kind of way up there. It's 85-15 as of this second. Betting is closed, obviously. Do you agree with that? Is this an 85-15 match, Kurt? I feel like you're going to say no.
I honestly didn't watch the Viaduct game that was super close between these two teams. And if I did, maybe my opinion would be different. But I do kind of feel like it's maybe like an 80-20 game for EVL. Even with Pelt and Mike switching off, I do feel like EVL does have the advantage here.
Okay, well, if you guys have some ideas in chat of how you think this one's going to play out, you can let us know in the Twitch chat. Kurt, oh my God, we're about to go here. What are you thinking? The predictions.
I'll throw out a number 5-2 EVL.
All right. Well, how would I pull for the Bird Noises then? I'll go 4-3 Bird Noises. How about that? In a nail biter.
Sounds good. I want to see a nail biter. That's what we're here for.
Well, listen, who do we want to see? Are we going to put eyes on Pelt, filling in demo?
My game just crashed, so I pressed
okay,
the
I'll
player
take
bind.
us through it. Well, looking at Pelt, who's rolling out here to mid. He's runs right into a sticky right off the bat from Sai, who's actually got to go grab the health. Pelt's still at 104, just trying to buy a little bit of space here, a little bit of room. Here comes Bull, one soldier jumping, Hellbent off the wall as well, trying to find someone. He's in behind, Slemish has to go chase him. Meanwhile, Blue here, EVL are going to try to push up this right side and steal the mid a little bit. Big bomb by AIM, who's going airborne, taking down Side Guy, the demo, and Bird Noise has lost everyone but Link User on that mid, who's locked into a little bit of a 1v1. Well, make that a 2v1 as he finally falls. Pretty good mid here for EVL Gaming, and they kept up Nursey, so she's got Uber.
Yeah,
all
I just got back here, and it seemed like more than a pretty good mid. They just aced the Bird Noises squad right away. No one dying on EVL, it seems, at least. Yeah, Mike is the only person with points on the Bird Noises squad, so EVL is pushing last with full ad and potential player advantage if they pick off the ball here on this bridge. Nope. And it looks like they're pushing left here, Mike.
Yeah, well, they're going to come right on in. They're going to pop early. The gun was nothing doing at all. Here's Slemnich who's trying to push up a little bit. They got the Pyro. Link user goes down. That's Van down now as well. 6v4. Ball is up high. He's going to go down. You Must Mike just kind of putting out those heals underneath bridge here, but he's going to get pinched, and Pelt's just going to stand on it here. Side guy, last guy to fall. Pretty quick round. EVL goes up 1-0.
Yeah, I'm interested to see what happens at this next minute. In fact, finally can watch it. I'm gonna actually watch Pelt once again here, Mike, rolling out. I did kind of throw him under the bus passively there. So let's see if he can prove me wrong. Let's see if he can carry his team this mid once again here, Mike, as he tosses a sticky across the map onto Saigai, hits him for a little bit of damage, just misses the next one. Now he's actually switching to bot mode. He's probably gonna be jumping in soon. He's in his own valley, just standing across the map, spamming. Actually, there's no high bombs just yet from either team. They're playing so passive. Famo is just spamming, and it looks like he's getting ready to jump. He does a double jump across the map on top of the point, and he's still just spamming. There's really such a slow mid as Slumnish picks up 2 frags in the backfield, or in the front field as he pushes forward. He's going in deep. He's looking for that 3rd frag on the van. It looks like he's gonna get it.
That was a very weird mid. I was looking at bot mode, who was just standing on mid, just like reloading, like standing on the underneath, and there's nothing pressuring him. It was very strange. He's going to look shutter here right now as EVL are going to try to take this second. Are we going to see any kind of play? No, Bird Noise is going to smartly back off and give this point up.
Yeah.
In terms of the defense at last, nothing really up in the way of... Van is coming back up. Link user is off on an engineer. Van actually came up sniper here, so... Yeah, one big pick here out of the sniper. That could be very important. Could turn the tide on this. Yeah. On this point.
It looks
here.
like Bot was going in trying to force things, and he just misses the air shot on the US Mike. US Mike is so hurt, and the scout is trying to come and finish him off. Those 2 picks might be able to trigger a push here from the Bird Noises squad, and it looks like they are clearing all the entrances out, all the X's out, and Hellbent is kind of leading the way in this lower area here, Mike.
Kind of a half-baked push here as Link user just kind of picked up his gun and moved it under the bridge. So, you know, Bird Noise is almost kind of feeling here that they might... yeah, this is going to be last still. Looks like they got the call still. They don't want to lead players here as AVL coming right in there. A lot of damage onto Hellbent who has to retreat. And so that gun has been moved down underneath that bridge, which we've seen has been a pretty successful spot in terms of defense. We have an offensive heavy.
Yeah, that's what that's what I was gonna say. It looks good. I like to see some new plays. If you can get your heavy on that bridge after your initial push post Uber, it's so strong, and that might be what they're looking to do here as Pelt is locking the demo out here, and he's not really doing much other than getting that sentry gun as he gets taken out by Saigai. Vol is on the other hand, Vol and Van are pushing forward with Yumas Mike on that right side. And Eric's heavy is looking a little awkward here as he's just spamming across, actually doing a lot of damage, but getting focus fire down super quickly. And the Bird Noises squad are just pushing forward as Van and Vol take down aim on that flank area. And a good counter push, good counter Uber and push from the Bird Noises squad, Mike.
Yeah, Link user finally comes off engineer. He's on his scout class now. It was kind of, I don't know, it seemed like they were in there, but we got to fight a mid. Aim's down already. Going down low is Eric, who actually takes down Vol. Jumping around here a little bit. Bird Noise is going to find a way to get this high ground. This is Fan jumping up and trying to get something, and I don't know, EVL not giving up an inch here, Kurt. They're just sort of crowding this middle point, and Bird Noises are going to have to get right the hell back out.
Yeah, they just muscled them back. Bird Noises is trying to take their player advantage into mid, and EVL stumped them and got their spawns as AIM leads the charge here onto the second point. And they're kind of caught out here. AIM actually takes a ton of damage and is getting arrowed by Nursey. He jumps once again. There's a lot of damage to Van. No one is going down here. I'm watching Slumnish battle Saigai in this lower area.
Bomb on the US Mike. It was bot mode coming in and forced the Uber, and I don't know, it looked like if he had I don't know, one more good rocket, he might have taken him down. The red Uber was popped, nothing really happening from it. Now here's AIM again, the re-push out of EVL. They're just gonna pounce and take advantage of this here with this dry kind of push. Vol going down here. This is AIM who's gonna come over the top again and just sort of take that height advantage, Kurt. Linkies are sticking it out, but I don't know, I feel like Bird Noises, they've really got to get their picks turned their way right now. Eric just on the bridge here.
Yeah, Eric and Slumnish just pushing that, or pressuring that Bird Noises squad out of that shutter door so they could easily cap this point. So great pressure from Slumnish and Eric, just avoiding so much damage while dishing out a ton themselves, which is giving their team another chance at pushing last year this round, Mike.
Yeah, so we got the Link, my boy, Link Master back up on Engineers, going to try to get that level 2 up. A lot of spam going down here. It's Psy Guy just kind of putting sticks here at Shutter. Both teams have kind of time to wait. They both know it's going to be equal Ubers here. In terms of off-classers, it's just the engineer, so no sniper this time. Bot mode scoping it out, and look at this, just leaving that flank wide open. He's going to jump back. Here's Eric, though. They're trying a little, kind of a sneaky little two-man sack situation, but they both get caught out, and nothing.
Yeah, again,
to show
Bird Noise
for
is going to be looking to push off this two-player advantage. Are they going to be able to succeed this time? It looks like EVL is in a decent position to have a fat Uber with aim, but instead of a fat Uber, they just get a free pick on the ball, and they might get another pick in that Shutter area on that scout that was 2 health. I believe that was Van. But again, Bird Noise is failing to convert off the two-player advantage coming from last year, as EVL is looking to push.
Eric again, maybe looking for the kooky, you know, highlight reel play. He's up on Spy this time, and I don't know, maybe the pep talk.
Bird Noises need to convert off these two-player, these two picks.
Well, look at this, I'm on the Eric cam. Eric's looking right at you, Mike's back, and
ooh, nice air shot coming from aim onto Van, and Nursey does pop to save his life.
Eric's in the last. Eric's on last point. Link user is there. Eric is just on it right now with Spy. That guy really quickly comes in and saves that, but I don't know. Eric's still up here. Mike has to charge all the way back, and Bird Noise is kind of saved by the bell there, so to speak. Real lucky getting back in time.
Yeah, I didn't see Eric on Spy there. It looks like he got a pick and a ton of cap time for his EVL squad as both Ubers were exchanged. And Bird Noise is once again just trying to get some pressure on that second point. And Pelt is in such a good position to spam it out with bot mode jumping on the top of the point, doing so much damage. Ball is surely going to go down here. He does go down by Slemnish. And once again, Bird Noises are running with their tails between their legs at last. To last.
Well, I mean, let's see EVL here if they can maybe convert on this push. They've been kind of sitting here. Well, here's aim, comes right in on Hellbent. Hellbent goes airborne. Bobmo trying to work on him. He does get Hellbent. Van down as well. Side guy just eating damage here. The gun goes down. EVL looking real good. It's 5v3 right now. They need to kind of clean up Vol and Link user here, though. They're Ubered on point. Back comes the counter pop out of Mike. And let's see here, Vol converts one pick onto Pelt. Bobmo, though, just going to challenge it, just get right on this here. Here's Vol jumping in. He gets taken down. EVL are able to finish the cap there. A real impressive fight kind of from both sides, though, Kurt.
Yeah, great stuff from EVL, especially just noticing, just getting all the picks right before Mike could pop his Uber. And when Mike popped his Uber, all he had was Vol there with him. And as soon as Mike popped, they just scattered and then collapsed as soon as the red team's Uber charge faded away. So textbook push from EVL after a couple of blunders before that. As we head into the third mid here, Mike.
Yeah, EVL a little slow to mid here, and Pelt gets taken down right off the bat. He was so low from the stick coming out of Psy guys, so Psy getting the better of that one. Here is Hellbent up top, and he's going to try to, oh, look at this. Bird Noise is just crowding this whole middle point. But look, I mean, in terms of positional advantage, here comes aim with the bomb, and they get a pick there onto Van. Still now, but
Slemnish! Oh my god, Slemnish and Eric are just melting the entire Bird Noises squad as Link user 1v1 Slemnish. Can he take down Eric as well? He has the health pack advantage. He already takes it. This is the most awkward little scout battle ever. Neither of them have much ammo loaded, and Eric finally takes them down. Slemnish and Eric just coming in so late in that mid with 185 buffs just steamrolling the Bird Noises squad right at the tail end of the mid there, Mike.
Yeah, well, I caught Mike, who kind of got caught out just underneath the point as medic is not where you want to be. Now, I know Mike has played, you know, at least a couple seasons medic in open and whatnot, but to my knowledge, he has not played really any medic to speak of in Invite, and so we'll keep an eye on that to see how it goes. But EVL look very comfortable still. I mean, I don't really sense a desperate team here. They feel like they're very much in control as Bird Noise is just kind of standing around here having a chat.
Botmo's just shooting up into that drop down, doing like 200 damage with 3 rockets. That was, he found the team. That's pretty much the exact way to put it there. As Bird Noise are looking to push through this lower area as they multi-Uber. And this is a bit of an awkward exchange for EVL. A great Uber for Bird Noises so far, but they are getting pushed back to this valley area. Psy Guy doing so much damage as bot mode jumps over the top of Mike and takes him down with that third desperation rocket to get his team that Uber advantage. And Mike and Aim and Nursey are trying to get the heck out of here.
Well, Bird is very quickly pouncing there. They knew they lost their own medic, and they got to make something happen here. They're just kind of selling out for Nursey.
They're overcommitting here, Mike.
Very much overcommitting.
Oh,
Link
actually,
User cleans up Eric.
Link User just hitting the 100 damage meat on Eric. Almost salvaging that overextension from his team, but once again, they overextended too far to get Nursey, and they don't even get mid out of that Uber exchange, or that fight that they won.
Yeah, they did sell out. I mean, it was close. They knew what they had to do. They just kind of failed this time. So we're going to reset back to where we were. We're going to head back into second here. We're going to rejoin our heroes here. Gotta guess which team is the heroes. We're going to wait and see. Here's EVL, though. They're in this little choky area. We talked about this hallway, Kurt. It's so easy to just sort of, you know, just sit, eat a pipe here and there. Loose cannon we've seen used a whole lot as well. Haven't really seen it tonight yet, though. But
yeah,
EVL's
I'm expecting to see
to
a push here, Mike.
Yep.
They should know they have Uber advantage, because Nursey escaped alive after they took down Mike, and AIM is leading the charge. Mike is close to Uber here. They're gonna be pressed for time here, unless yeah, Bird Noise is definitely gonna be contesting this with Ball and Mike. Here they come. This might be a fat Uber for Ball. Here it comes. He pops Nursey, but that's about it.
Everyone's so hurt on Bird Noises. Look at the health. I mean, Hellbent and Van, they were all down, and Guy were all half health. Guy's still real low, but fighting out this second point, I don't know, you gotta wonder a little bit, are they a little bit, you know, handicapped, so to speak, you know, having a less experienced medic. But here it is, it's the push back in. Ball coming in, and these re-pushes onto second, so powerful for these EVL players, and AIM is down low.
Link User's onto Nursey, trying to save the round. He does kill Nursey, which potentially saves the round for his team, but again, another coordinated bomb from AIM and bot mode, followed up by Eric and Slemnish, just doing so much damage so quickly on top of the kind of out of position Bird Noise's squad on that bridge area there.
Yeah, I mean, how about the re-pushes back in? They've been really great by EVL just every time. Coming in, get the force, and the dry pushes are great. By the way, to interrupt myself, Nursey's up on crits here, Kurt.
Yeah, she noticed that both medics had the same respawn timer, so she's giving her team that Crits Creek advantage, pushing into last crit. I kind of like it. They've been pushing Bird Noises into their own spawn a lot here with these Ubers, and if they can get a nice sticky from Pelt, this is what I want to see. I want to see Pelt make it a crisp sticky here as Nursey gets her Crits Creek, and they go through main right here. Here it comes.
I don't know. They don't have a door to come through here. They've got to kind of create room for Pelt to walk through. There's a gun as well. Here it is. Crits popped off. Misses the first one. Third stick out. Fourth, fifth stick. He's just kind of going to take down that gun.
Spraying their spawn with stickies, though, and he does take down 2 sentry guns, but that's about it. Mike is about to get his Uber. They should be able to defend here, but he does drop Ball right before his Uber came up. He slashes both scouts, and they're really not getting anything with this Uber here. They finally get 2 frags, but is that enough? I don't really know. Pelt is on the right side, just spamming across the point, and it looks like it is enough as Pelt is getting pressured by Link User, and Van with the double kill there.
Van really saving that there as you must Mike's Uber. I don't know. He looked like a scattering cockroach or something, just like skittering around looking for someone as he dropped Hellbent, Van, and Guy. Here's a push back in. I'll interrupt that thought. Ball is up top, just kind of spraying damage as blue team are still on that Crits Krieg. But it was really great, I've got to say, for Van to sort of convert those picks there at last, because You Must Mike was just dropping players. He dropped all of his explosive classes on that last defense.
Yeah, he just didn't get Uber quick enough to save Ball's life, and Hellbound went down shortly thereafter. But like you said, Van and his teammate Scout and Link User cleaned up. And yeah, Nursey is still on crits. She actually didn't die. I forgot about that. And Help does have another sloppy crits, but it is hard. It's very, very hard to crits when the other team knows you're on crits. So
well, and on this map too, I mean, Kurt, it's so tight in this hallway. There's nowhere to really go. The wide open areas are basically mid, and you know there's that little flank, but then just last. So your hands are kind of tied. So looking at the crits, I mean, that'll be at about 60 here. But You Must Mike is holding Uber. I'd like to see him use it, Kurt. Just eating so much damage though here in this yard.
Yeah, if they can muscle their way through the midpoint, it'll be worth it. But again, Nursey is getting her crits any second here, and they're kind of balled up, this Bird Noises squad, as they transfer their heals to lobby. But they aren't muscling. Okay, they do muscle onto the point, but this is where Nursey wants to use the Crits Krieg, and here it comes.
One on the mid here. They get one pick down to Van there, but just looking for You Must Mike, who Ubers perfectly here, and gonna just kind of lay down a little bit of some blanket stickies here. Hope someone walks over them, but Again, just still on that crits. Mike's still in there as well, and oh no, 2 players down. We got Van down and Aim down. Now bot mode falling as well. EVL
Slemish is going in deep though. He's putting so much damage into Saigai, finally taking him out. He's looking for Mike, and Mike stays alive. And there's still a fight going on. I feel like EVL shouldn't be here. If Pelt can hit some rainbow pipes here, he might be able to save the round for his team, but he does go down. And Nursey, we do have a pause, but Nursey is still on Kritzkrieg. This is just really not proving to be strong for this EVL squad here, Mike.
It is interesting. I mean, you know, as medic, you're certainly gonna. I mean, you can't help it that you're not getting killed. But as we said, Kritzkrieg not the ideal medigun to have, especially not on this Metalworks map. You're kind of stuck with it. You're not going to go back to resupply because you've built this Uber already.
Yeah.
I mean, what's
you just really need to catch Bird Noises out, and Pelt needs to hit some really nice stickies, or maybe they'll transfer the Kritzkrieg to Aim if they feel like Aim can have a better crits. But Bird Noises positioning, knowing that Nursey is on this crits for about, what, 5 minutes now, is just fantastic. They've lost 1 player, a scout, in 3 crits, I believe, and 2 sentry guns, of course. And that's it. That's all they've lost from 3 Kritzkrieg. So Bird Noise is doing a great job just playing around that medigun.
Well, we'll see if they can do anything here. I'm looking at Hellbent, who's coming in through this hallway and is just kind of... we have the second auxiliary pause here.
Yeah, I think that's to let someone back into the server.
Yeah, so, but I'm looking at Hellbent, who's just kind of having a look here. I get the feeling Bird Noise is about to kind of rush this. Well, Vol is up in the air.
Yeah,
so...
he's up in the air. He's looking for blood. Aim sees him. Mind you, this actually didn't get paused. This is paused 2 minutes in the future, so maybe someone disconnected from EVL, and maybe Bird Noise is take this round here, Mike.
Certainly possible. Boy, imagine if it was Pelt. How ironic is it's... Well, what we've learned is that Assassin, the reason he's not playing, wherever he is, there's no router. He's, I guess, you know, out in a field somewhere maybe, and wasn't able to get online for this match. But we'll wait and see. We don't have any word on what happened from the pause. Hopefully it is not too long. But yeah, like we said, Bird Noises, they're looking to crowd this second point, but they're not going to have their Uber, obviously, in time. Is this an all right spot to be popping off crits if you're EVL? You know, if they get backed off the second point here.
You just really need good timing, but it looks like the Bird Noises squad is pushing in here. They might be able to take down Aim. They actually take down Nursey and Aim without losing a single player. And man, they have such a huge advantage here. Maybe they can execute on this last push, as Van gets a crucial pick on the bot mode, keeping Mike's head safe. So they might be able to milk this Uber into last here, knowing that the EVL squad does not have a sniper. And they're walking in right here.
I'm very impressed by this push out of Bird Noise, and here they come. They're up airborne. Van just standing on it, saying to US Mike, get that Uber off of me. But they're going to use it here as Aim, challenging the point. Here's Eric on the crate, but they're able to cap enough off of there, and leave that one to Bird Noises there. Pretty impressive, but you got to wonder, you know, we don't know who disconnected, but that might have played some role in it.
It may have played a role here, but again, it was 2 minutes in the future, so they probably won the round, then something happened, and Bird Noise is finally getting aggressive enough to win the round. Not too aggressive. Perfect amount of aggression from Bird Noise is winning them that round by itself. I'm going to be watching Vol here, see how he takes the heals on this mid. He's getting on the crate, trying to spam Pelt, who hits a great sticky on him as he hides near the truck and getting back on that crate. He's really spamming at nothing here. I'm going to get an overhead view to see what's going on here. There's no jumps just yet. Bot mode does take down Vol, and it looks like Aim is following up the damage with Eric. This is not looking good for Bird Noises here as bot mode takes down Mike, with Eric and Slemish following up the damage. Eric is in so deep. If he takes down Saigai here, they're not going to be able to defend last. And Saigai's going to go down so late, probably the second spawn wave. And Van is on Nursey and takes her down. Wow, that saves the round.
Oh, and he gets Pelt as well. I was going to say Pelt had a very strong middle there. We talked about how he's filling in for Assassin, and kind of got destroyed on at least one of these mids, but man, he was there early enough that time to shine up.
So who disconnected here? Yeah, the EVL lost their medic. Wow.
That'll do it.
Nursey got killed out of the server from Van. Yeah.
That's how big the frag was.
That was a pretty big frag for the Bird Noises squad. So much so it disconnected Nursey from the server, but all jokes aside, it really was a strong frag. It's the reason they're able to hold second here. And fortunate enough for the Bird Noises squad, they are going to have Uber advantage since Nursey disconnected for a half second there.
Yeah, well, I'm looking at Van is kind of here with Hellbent a little bit, a little flank action here, but EVL, I mean, it's, like you said, real lucky for them. They were able to take the mid anyway and just kind of hang out and chill here. Both medics are going to get Uber, a second or so apart. They're very close here. You know, this is this wide open area on Metalworks, Kurt, where nobody really wants to overcommit.
Yeah, it's weird. They're just kind of throwing out damage at each other. Bird Noises does not push off their slight advantage. I think it was kind of wise because it's really hard to tell how much of an advantage you have in a weird disconnect situation like that. EVL is pushing near this bridge. It's so easy to get spammed out on this bridge. Maybe they're just spamming. I think that's what they're trying to do. Let's get a pick with aim and pelt just spamming across the bridge there, but doesn't seem like much is going on just yet. Just some spam.
Just hanging. Well, we got 10 minutes left in this first half.
And Van is going in deep. Van puts some frags and he just dies. So it looks like they're probably going to send in Slemnish or maybe bot mode for a counter pick, or maybe they're just going to push off a one-player advantage. And yeah,
AIM
they might just be pushing.
Real aggressive here. AIM has almost been playing kind of the roamer style on this flank in this area so far. He's on point already. He's just standing on it. Uber, meanwhile, the red Uber was popped, and I'm looking at Nursey, who did a real good job hanging on there. Much better Uber from Blue, absolutely. I mean, Red knows here that they gotta not lead players, so they're gonna be in a lot of trouble as Hellbent goes down underneath the bridge.
Yeah, Nursey just milking that Uber, just basically handing her team the point for free. Or at least at the expense of their Uber, but definitely a strong milk from Nursey, as it looks like they're going to be pushing off
I like this.
A one-player advantage here. As
I don't know.
Hellbent does respawn.
Bot mode is up high. He's coming right in on You Must Mike. He gets blasted around a little bit and taken down. Vol got real low there and needs to retreat. I don't know. I feel like there may have been a split-second opening there for EVL to kind of press the issue.
I made a mistake. EVL was actually distracting for bot mode to come in on the other side, trying to get the Bird Noises' eyes on the combo as bot mode came in, and that's exactly what they did. But bot mode was unable to execute as Vol and Mike were pushing on that right side there, pressuring it pretty hard.
Well, they're kind of doing this thing here, this half-hearted push again. They came kind of right up on that right side a little bit, but we're back to kind of this standard look here now on the defense. Level 3 is up, ready to go. And we sit and wait. Van is up on that sniper. I'm on the Van cam. I'm just waiting. I like those highlights, Kurt. I'm not going to talk any BS here, you know? I like the headshots. Yeah. I just do.
Van has been making very crucial plays for his team. If he didn't get that pick, again, if he didn't get that pick on Nursey at mid there, this half was probably over. So maybe he can make another play for his team. He does have Nursey's number, so maybe he can click on her head here.
Yeah, he whiffs there, was taking a shot at bot mode, who he spotted through shutter door. The gun getting in on the action a little bit.
Bot mode's still alive. He does finally go down after doing a fair amount of damage to You Must Mike. Slemnish goes down. They do get 2 picks. They have never been able to execute pushing into 2 after getting 2 picks. Are they going to be able to do it now? Ugh. They're having a pretty rough Uber, but again, they are up 2 players. They should be able to win the fight post as long as they don't get mulched here.
And I mean, they're really pressuring You Must Mike here. They know that they really can kind of put the gears to You Must Mike and force and pressure him a lot. Vol goes down here in lobby, and I don't know, EVL might almost, they got to get a buff to Eric, but they almost might try to come in here. Their gun is nowhere to be seen. Link user's on scout again. Going way up high is AIM, and he's getting ready to re-jump. Hellbone's going to challenge him. AIM, oh boy. Goes down there.
AIM almost hits some ridiculous shot onto the enemy soldier in Hellbent, but he does not. And Saigai is super low, and it looks like EVL's kind of overcommitting here. They're just getting out in time as Vol is putting a lot of pressure on the point here. Slemnish and Vol 1v1ing here near the second point, and Link User cleans up the frag. And Link User is going forward. He's taking down Eric, and Eric is really low himself. Vol is getting Ubered lower.
Pelt's going to go down too here. Pelt in a lot of danger, and AIM going to come down and try to support. I've got to say, it is good to see Bird Noises have probably been so frustrated this whole time not being able to convert off numbers advantages. Finally, they do come out of their own last and get this second. We're looking at about 6 minutes left here in this first half, and Bird Noises want to get another one on the board at least if they can. Pelt's still down, and with bot mode on that long respawn time occurred, and it's mid-cap going to happen.
Yeah, it should be clean and free for the Bird Noises squad. with
Clean
Pelt
and
being
free.
down. Clean and free.
Clean and free.
Very fresh and clean.
Well, they get it. The Ubers are back equal, by the way, for any Uber heads out there. And Bird Noises now find themselves in a situation where, you know, I feel like the team at middle kind of has the positional advantage here, even though it's an awkward kind of thing. Let's see how the spam is out of EVL here, if they can kind of hold them off.
Yeah, of course, pushing into mid is quite hard to do, and Bird Noises got it pretty much for free off their fantastic fight on the second point there. As they push in lower here, ball goes down before any damage is done to the EVL squad, and AIM is just shooting down into the valley area at Mike, and Mike is really low. Eric is coming in behind. Bot Mode is in there too, and Mike is forced to pop in such an awkward position while Bot Mode sacrifices his life in order to force that Uber. So good stuff from the EVL team, and they're in a great position to push mid here. This Hellbent is desperately trying to force Nursey on his own second point, but he just goes down. Yeah, EVL should be pushing maybe even for free here.
Yeah, Link User was still kind of in that lobby. He's going to back up the team. Vol just going to try to hold him off here. Van going to try to come around the back and clean the damage up. Pelt in a little bit of danger here, getting sticks out, but so Van now still in behind and is maybe looking to find some.
Oh, here he comes. He's right on top
medic.
of Nursey. Can he force her? He does. And Van getting out, just being such a nuisance for this EVL squad, and he's back in. He hits a nice meat shot on the Pelt, but Slemnish takes him down with a nice, I believe that was a pipe or a sicky from Pelt.
Yeah, Van, I think, has been really showing himself to be one of the better scouts, I think, in Invite, certainly this season. He's had a lot of fantastic moments in this match. US Mike now has Uber again, but look for this EVL team to really pressure him, and here he goes. He again gets forced. I don't know, didn't get a close-up on the
They
pop.
thought the EVL squad was closer than they actually were, and they just wanted to take their Uber into them, and
Mike
EVL just scattered after Bot Mode went down. This is looking so bad for Bird Noises. Eric is in so deep, doing a lot of damage, getting taken out himself. His aim is just following up.
Oh no, they gotta get out. Time to get out. US Mike, you gotta get out. You gotta get out, Mike.
Oh my god, Van, what is going on? Van hit like 5 swords on AIM and almost killed him. And Link User is in behind. I think that EVL knows, but they don't seem to care. They're just pushing forward, and yeah, AIM is the only one on the case for the Link User. Yeah, AIM is ignoring him right now as they push into second.
Just over 3 minutes left here in this half as time is starting to wind down. EVL are on this second point, and if they can, they want to bring it in early to this. So here's Hellbent right in on top of the head of Nursey and pops her off. A nice pop for Nursey at that, but I don't know if they can really do anything with this. AIM is up high. He's going to try to take down Vol, who's low, and US Mike's going to heal him up, but look at this. They're just pressuring this Bird Noises team. They want to take it in 3-1, Kurt. US Mike still healing his boys up here a little bit.
Link User needs to get back to the fight right now, and it looks like he's coming in just in time, meeting up with Nursey. He hits one shot onto her, but he's not finishing the frag. In fact, he's caught behind once again, and he does go down. And, wow. Hellbent getting a frag on a Slemnish, so the scouts trade there. And EVL's looking to push with no Uber once again, or maybe they're just spamming out. That looks like they're just spamming it out, that shutter area.
Well, it's nothing against EVL, but we've seen them have a lot of unsuccessful two-man Saxon on this last already tonight, Kurt, 3 or 4 times. And so we'll see if they have some kind of different strat here. They've brought up Slemnish on the sniper. Maybe that's the equalizer, you know, is Big Slim.
Yeah, of course, the Bird Noises have shown that they're having a lot of trouble pushing out after they get a couple of picks, so Slemnish is probably going to be playing aggressive here as he gets a nice headshot. He's getting a really good angle on last year. This is not good for Bird Noises. Everybody's just hiding in that corner there.
Slem's still in there and being healed by Nursey.
I think he's just going to take down the sentry gun.
Oh, they're trying to get some sticks onto Slemnish. Vol is going to finally come and push him out, but Slemnish just
and he takes down Mike.
Wow.
Oh boy.
So there you go, but they've got to still earn this. They've got to convert it as AIM's taking this Uber in. Eric following as well. Oh, real low. That gun is still up, Kurt. It's a level 2 still. These are just pounding away on it. Going to take that shoddy now, and I don't know, EVL. They've still got Pelt in the mix here, trying to get a high-value pick, but they've beefed another push.
Yeah, Link User doing the classic pub sentry gun strat, just tanking away at that sentry gun, just keeping it alive, and it just stopped EVL's Uber in its tracks, and they're going to be able to push onto the second point here thanks to Link User's beautiful construction working skills.
Yeah, absolutely.
And they're going lower here.
Well, I don't know. Hellbent might be giving the call to his team. They know they're above here. Hellbent trying to throw some damage up.
Oh, it's in behind, but Oh no!
Hellbent taken
Van
down
and
there.
Baller in behind. They might be able to pinch EVL here. Van does take down bot mode and Vol does go
reloading.
down.
This could be bad here.
Yeah,
Now,
that's probably
look
the
at this.
round.
Well, we got 44 seconds here. They're going to have 3 players up on this 5-second respawn. EVL want to snatch around here. Look at this. It's going to be you must Mike Link
Oh,
user
Pelt's
Hellbent
got
up
stickies
on last.
on the spawn. Here we go.
Oh, here they are. They're just standing right on it. They're not going to get there in time. And EVL with kind of an unfortunate round there right at the very end.
As you mentioned, there was only 40 seconds left in the round. I don't really understand why Bird Noisers were being so aggressive there, Mike. They just decided to push lower after capping last with no Uber, and he just got crushed by the EVL squad.
Yeah, I mean, all they had to do was really kind of hold on. I don't think there was enough time for them to come all the way across the map, but at any rate, we're looking at 3-1 coming into half here. Maybe a bit of a disappointing score line if you're Bird Noises. Having a look at some of the stats here right now. We got them up on screen for y'all. Slemnish going real big, far and away, leading the server, 30 big frags. You got the stats there, Kurt. Any thoughts here? What stands out to you, sir?
The damage and the frags coming from Slemnish is just unbelievably high for a map I wouldn't consider a very strong scout map. But I guess the follow-up damage that Slemnish is doing off of bot mode and aim, just going in deep, pretty much every single time Ubers are exchanged, is really what is changing the game here, Mike.
Yeah, I've seen both Eric and Slemnish do really well on that follow-up, whether it be the Ubers into last or the mids or whatever. Van has been doing it really great, actually, as well. Linky's just been okay, but he's been kind of relegated to off-classing for a lot of the time. Looks like we're going back into the second half here. I want to just really quickly say, I mean, EVL are really pressuring You Must Mike. He's held up fairly well, I've got to say. I have seen him pop, maybe questionably, I think 2 times. But they're sticking in here, Kurt. Now, who do we want on this?
I'm going to be watching Guy. He's been doing pretty okay as far as the damage stats go, and I want to see what he's doing on these mids here. He's just kind of laying down some stickies on that flank area. He hasn't det just yet. He does det, doesn't do any damage this mid so far. I'm going to be switching off to Van, who has actually been the all-star of the end of the mids here, as he's going in with his buff. Not really doing much damage either. He is on Pelt. Can he finish off the frag? He can't. There's really nothing going on. He takes down Nursey, though. He does still have Nursey's number as he takes her down, but the rest of his team is gone.
Yeah, that was really key there. It's very fortunate that they did manage to get Nursey their only pick on that middle there, because it was just a bloodbath. Right off the bat, it was Guy and Mike going down. They're back up now, obviously, first, but just, I don't know, kind of looked like EVL almost were sitting back and just daring Bird Noises to come forward, kind of saying, bring it on. Link User was just standing up on top of, I think it was Slemnish was just kind of standing and just kind of waiting for them to do something. But anyway, we have EVL in here. They're on the second point. They're going to have to build Uber, and Mike's going to have about a 20% or 25% or so advantage on this. EVL, they haven't had the best of luck pushing into last. See, there's no off-classing, nothing weird yet. Nothing
Nursey got a later respawn wave, and I don't think the Bird Noises team knows that they have significant advantage here, because Nursey got like a 10-second longer respawn than Mike did, and yeah, they're not going to be able to push off their advantage here. I don't think they know they have it, Mike.
Yeah, well, I mean, it's so hard pushing out of last as well, especially this particular map. There are a lot of doors and whatnot, and you know, they're relying on their defense, Kurt. They're relying on their defense. They've got that gun up. They've been defending pretty well so far. Slem comes in and does nothing. Botmo was thinking about it.
Nursey's getting caught out here. Is she going to have to force? She does. Good pressure from the soldier and the demo man on the left side here, and Botmo's desperately trying to make something happen. And he should go down without a frag, and he does. So, Bird Noises do have a 2-player advantage or not a 2-player advantage, they have Uber advantage and a 1-player advantage pushing into second here. Can they make this work, Mike? It's been working more and more as the game has been going on.
Well, they got to roll on this. I think it was well scouted on that last defense. They saw what the sacks looked like out of EVL, and I think EVL has to maybe switch it up a bit on last, but we'll have a look. Slemnish is up on Sniper, gets his shot onto Van and takes him down, and
AIM takes down Hellbent on the flank area. AIM's underneath the point, and that's forcing Bird Noises to retreat. Even with that, they still have Uber advantage here,
yeah,
Mike.
just holding it. Is there such thing as holding on to Uber too long, Kurt?
I don't know. I understand that it's risky to use your Uber unless it's going to take down Nursey. And oh my god, Slemish is in so deep. He doesn't get sticky.
Pelt jumping in.
Guy.
Oh, wow. Pelt comes in and gets the gun. He sat himself for the gun, but now that's Slemnish and Pelt down. And I don't know, EVL find themselves 4v6 on these last attacks very frequently.
They're doing a good job defending against this 4v6 situation, but Bird Noises are taking a different approach here as they come through that lower area, and now they're hopping on the point. Mike does get forced by AIM, and this Uber is not looking too hot. Oh my god, Nursey just milked AIM for so long and just kept him alive, and Hellbent has no chance as he goes down there. And Slemish is in deep. Oh, he hits a nice shot onto Mike, and he's still going.
And look at this gun, it's just here. Linkies are playing kind of some of the, I don't know, Euro strats a little bit with the gun just in the random spot in lobby here. Hellbent is down on the side of Bird Noises. He's going to get his respawn, but Slemish
Vol takes down Nursey before they push, and he's still alive. He's going to hit a nice shot onto Bob Mode, and he does. Great play from Vol. Oh my god.
Van cleaning up the frags here. Even,
oh my god.
Again, just...
Are they not going to see AIM here? Oh my god, two players just ran past AIM, and he just hits two nice rockets onto Mike. Oh my god. Vol is probably really pissed off right now. Oh my god, he makes such a great play, and AIM just sitting on top of a box just watches the Bird Noises squad just run by him, getting a free kill on a Nursey, and the fight's not over.
Well, Van was doing all right, did get cleaned up there. Hellbent is here. I don't know. I feel like Bird Noises are not ready to commit to any pushes. You know what I mean? Do you, they feel like
they were committed, but they didn't check all their little hiding spots. They were committing on the left side there, and they just didn't see AIM hiding on that box. I'm surprised none of the two people that walked by there saw him. That's just unfortunate for the Bird Noises.
Yeah. It's not something we see. You don't see people trying to hide very often on Metalworks. It's more kind of like an off-class kind of deal.
Well, Nursey went down, and AIM's instinct was to make a play, and that's exactly what he did.
Yeah, if it works, do it. We're looking now at Nursey about to get her Uber. They're going to come in real early here, focus that gun first thing. We'll see what happens on the other side. Slemnish is on flank and is going to try to come in and clean up. Meanwhile, though, AIM is just, I don't know, EVL are really hurt here. AIM still with next to no health. Can expect maybe a re-push in here, but I don't know, Kurt, the level 1's back up, and Mike's got Uber.
Mike had some really good positioning there. He just played around the sentry gun and just took 0 damage from that Uber, and they have Uber advantage pushing into second here. And Pelt is not alive. Now, it looks like Eric might go down here. He does get arrowed by Nursey, and Mike is Ubering onto second. They're probably not going to be able to get much with this as Vol double jumps into flank and takes down Slemnish. Maybe Slemnish is going to live. Are you serious? And in fact, Van goes down. Hellbent does finally take down the other scout and Eric, but that's not a very good Uber. They're not even going to get second off this. And Bob Mode's in deep here.
Bob Mode is just chilling here. I'm looking at Bob Mode. I'm thinking, what is going on? He does kind of mulch there as he comes across looking for something. Right now, Van and Hellbent about to get their respawns. Bob Mode's on that 8-second respawn. But look at this, the Uber gets burnt. I'm speechless, Kurt. And a big explosion there. Taking down that Slemnish going down to Vol. I don't know, these fights are breaking down a little bit here, Kurt. EVL just can't seem to put it together on last.
Yeah, and Hellbent's trying to make space for his team, and that is exactly what he's doing. Bob Mode should go down here. Guy is trying to get sign kill, and Link User takes him down before that can happen. And finally, Bird Noises takes second. How long is this going to last here, Mike? As they're already pushing into mid with their Uber, and they pop so early once again. Is Link User going to be able to get much with this, with that flash? But no.
Yeah, it's just everyone jumping away, getting out of there. Slem is just up in the grill, trying to, hold off and create a little bit of space. Pelt is here as well, going to try to flush down this hallway. It looks like we have another pause, Kurt.
Yeah, Mike is just being very proactive with his Ubers. Too much so, I'd have to say. He just wants to get in there. He sees like 3 EVL players. He's like, all right, I'll just make you invulnerable, go kill stuff. And by the time he right-clicks, the EVL team is just completely gone. It's happened twice this game here, and it's really just an outplay by EVL. I think it's kind of a smart move by Mike to pop those Ubers, but it's just really not working out. They're not catching any of the players out with these aggressive Ubers. Yeah,
it's a wide open map, as we mentioned a number of times. Eric is up on that offensive heavy now again, and so it feels like the EVL strategy is just kind of, the walking bullet train, the wall of damage here as Hellbent's going to come up top and try to challenge. Vol is in, little double jump. They get aim there, which is big, but they lose Vol in the process, so we've traded soldiers. Eric just kind of walking. He's just going to kind of wait for Noises to take them down. He's going to retreat. Here's Van is coming in behind, and he's looking for a pick. He's got Link User waiting, and I don't know, EVL maybe thinking better of this. They're kind of in no man's land right now. They could get pinched here real easy. Kurt, Link User's up.
Yeah, they do have Eric on that flank side. I think he used most of his ammo. It looks like he's just shotgun heavy right now. He's just running forward as shotgun heavy as he just gets mulched by Saigai. Saigai might get caught out here. He's getting a little too aggressive. He did do a ton of damage. Hellbent is following it up with Link User. Link User forces the Uber out of Nursey and escape. So Bird Noises are looking really strong all of a sudden here, Mike.
Look at this, yeah, Hellbent just kind of flushing aim out. Gotta say, good restraint from EVL. They're not really
Pelt
bleeding
might go down
here.
And again, an early Uber from Mike, but they do get Pelt, so that's a pretty good pick. If they can get Slundish here on the flank, they might be able to take mid. He does get out, but they are pressuring. Oh, they do get Slundish. Saigai just sticky sniping him from across the map. And they are getting mid, and they are looking to push. As Hellbent is going in deep onto Aim, and Aim's having none of that. He takes him down.
Yeah, UMass Mike's going to just kind of reconvene with his players here. It's not a huge deal. He almost had a soldier in his face, but he's got the little human shield around him now. Just kind of holding back. I mean, it feels like as a unit, Bird Noise is a lot more confident here now as a team.
Oh
here
my, Van just meat-shotting Eric out of the sky. And it looks like he's just going in deep. This guy is seeing red all game. And it's working out for the most part, at least for him.
Yeah, well, you know, sometimes we classify scouts as one aggressive scout, one passive scout. I guess we know who's who on this Bird Noises team. Van having a hell of a game now. UMass Mike's about to get his again. They're at 85. Maybe, I guess, just kind of betting here that EVL not going to be too much in a hurry to push. They are in lobby, though.
Yeah, they're postured up to push here, though, Mike. They are playing aggressive in this lobby area, but Bird Noises do have great positioning on mid, but they are down 2 rounds. They can't really stalemate this out for too long because time is most definitely against them at this point in the game.
Yeah, well, we're just kind of waiting here for something to give. There's no off-classing, nothing like that. Just kind of some of these flank classes coming around, seeing who they can catch. Van is on again. I'm on the Van cam again. He's, I don't know, he doesn't care that there are rockets coming towards him. He's got balls, that kid. Bot mode just kind of on this flank here, putting out a lot of damage. Nursey took something and is down to about 50 HP.
Cleared out lobby for his team. It looked like he just spammed it enough with his Delaman and Sai. And Van, again, he's going to make a play for his team. They get a pick, so they might be able to push off that 1-player advantage. They know they're coming flank. Hellbent doing a nice rocket onto 3 players. And really nothing to follow up here.
Wow, Pelt was at 1 HP there, but gets saved, and Aim is going to try to come up and take it into his hands to just, I don't know, give a cross-check to this Bird Noises team. They're going to, well, look at this. The Bird Noises are going to kind of get out. You get the feeling they're playing a little conservative here as we are looking at just under 20 minutes left. Bird Noises are trying to make something happen. Aim taking this advantage here height-wise, and EVL going to try to just get onto this mid.
Yeah, they're muscling their way through. They had Van down, so they are pushing with that slight 1-player advantage. And Mike and Eric just doing so much damage to Link User in the lobby. They're just melting him as he peeked. He just peeked and just died. And
Peek! Peek! Well,
oh my god, Saigai is super hurt, and Aim is going in deep. He just misses the air shot, and Eric is trying to follow up the damage, but there really wasn't much help. Finishes off Van, and Eric is in behind.
UMass Mike
got 1 health too. He does go down.
UMass Mike's Uber got popped there, which is the kind of the most important part of that. But in terms of numbers, it's 5v4 here.
Yeah, they did get 2 kills with that Uber, Mike. So it's not the end of the world as Hellbent goes in and just trying to force Nursey. Is he going to be able to force her? Nursey's just juking like crazy, and she doesn't even pop. Wow, just standing strong. I would have popped there, but she had other plans, and that's gonna help her team push into second here. Yeah, I think most medics probably would have popped there. It's unfortunate for Hellbent. You know, kind of the geometry of that mid is a little awkward. Here comes Aim up top and is gonna try to, you know, start off this second cap for his team if he can. Nursey still holding Uber, as we saw. She played that middle really well here and is going to try to walk her team to the right here. Gets forced right off the bat, and that second cap not done yet. We're going to have an encounter here. Bot mode gets crushed, and Van going down as well, so we've traded soldiers. Blue coming right out here. UMass Mike thinking for a second here of trying to get some picks out in second. Aim is in a bit of trouble here. He's going to find the health pack.
no, he gets taken down.
Oh,
and
Shy Guy's in
Birdnoise
deep onto Pelt. He's going to hit the pipe. He's not shooting pipes just yet. He does so much damage. His scouts should be able to clean him up, and they do. A great counter Uber from Mike. I don't even think EVL knew that Mike built that quickly. Just Mike having like a 5-6 second longer Uber than Nursey there.
Yeah. Well, like I say, I mean, you know, Mike not completely new to the concept of Medic. He's played in the
I think
ESEA.
he's playing pretty darn good
Oh,
this
yeah.
game.
I think this second half he's been rock solid, absolutely. Both teams now, both Mike and Nursey, are going to have their Ubers. And EVL, again, find themselves defending here, and most of Birdnoise is here. Now they're going to go underneath. Shy Guy kind of showing this flank area a little bit. Ooh, they're waiting here. They're only at 95, Kurt. Lost the spam.
Yeah, I think they're
going
just
down.
spamming for a pick right before their Uber. They weren't able to get one, so they're just going to reposition themselves here on mid.
Well, right now, AIM is just kind of, well, you know, all soldiers just kind of trying to do their thing. They're just watching. It's
Yeah,
a scouting
EVL
mode
knows
right
that Birdnoises need to make the play, so they're not going to be. I don't see EVL making a play here. I feel like they're going to take the defensive stance and let Birdnoises make the move. And Hellbent looks like he's about to be making that move as he does this double jump on the flank here. He doesn't spot out Nursey. He finally does. He hits one and two rockets on the Nursey, but both of them not really doing that much damage. And EVL might be pushing off the one-player advantage, or at very least, counter-sacking. But it looks like they're pushing here, Mike.
Yeah, they're in. They're looking bold. Kind of got caught around the corner. He's going to jump out and get away. Eric going down for EVL. That's
Ooh, they
two
forced
player.
Mike. Bot mode getting in and forcing Mike there, Mike.
Yeah, well, Nursey's still kind of safe here out in yard, but as Vol behind her gets forced there, a nice pop out of Nursey, and, you know, kind of trying to work off of these picks. They got Side Guy, they got Cole. Look at him behind
Scout
here. Yeah.
and Mike. This is like very awkward.
Bring around the Rosie
Can
here.
Link user take down Nursey? He can't, but Mike is trying to be shifty and escape while all that was happening, so a little questionable play, but Mike does somehow manage to live for the time being, but he does go down to Pelt's nice sticky bomb. Oh man, all for nothing there.
Ooh, Hellbent now getting crushed here as well, and yeah, I mean, now EVL kind of stabilizing a little bit, and you nailed it, Kurt, when you said, you know, it's really up to Birdnoises here to make something happen. Time check, we got just over 15 minutes left, and, you know, Birdnoises need at least a couple rounds here if they're going to make it happen. We talked about how important this game is for them in the context of this season, and in terms of trying to get a playoff spot. We'll see how these last 15 minutes go in this second half, Kurt, as EVL now with a bit of an advantage.
Yeah, they're going to be looking to force Nursey here as they back out of their second point, but Nursey is in such a safe spot, they're just going to have to back off. And Mike is going to be pressed for time to get his Uber here as EVL caps the second point. They're looking to push right side with 5 players. They're pushing right side with 5 players. There's no stickies, fortunately for them, as they walk on in.
Well, one sticky did
forcing them into spawn here, Mike.
Yeah, well, Eric's just getting right on that point, and I don't know, Birdnoise is going to be watching this point. Mike's just trying to get the heels up, but he's right up in the face of Pelt. Oh, wow, Mike's still up, and real nice job there by Van.
Oh, he finally goes down to bot mode, but that was at the tail end of the fight. So Nursey is going to have a huge advantage, but Birdnoise is seeing red right now. They're running forward. They're going to at very least get this cap point.
They can't afford to not come out onto the second. They lose Hellbent, unfortunately, there. Bot mode's about to be up any second here. They're going to finish this second cap, but I've got to bet this is just going to go right on back to red here.
Oh, Side Guy might get caught out here trying to get Slemnish. AIM is going in deep. Side Guy is in a world of trouble here. He does survive at the skin of his teeth.
4 HP was AIM. It was close. EVL almost losing their pocket. Eric's back up on the fat man. You know, say what you will about these stale 6s meta, Kurt, I'm not going to buy it.
Yeah, this game is, map is kind of stalematey, but they're making an entertaining match out of it as Eric is on the Buddhist as they push last with that heavy just following up. They're not dealing with the heavy at all. This is probably going to be working out for EVL if they can take down the center gun, but they can't. Link user is just such a great engineer, apparently. Eric is
really
just walking around.
It's amazing. That gun's still up. He's moving it now. He's got balls, this kid. Now, Mike has got his Uber, luckily, and so that goes all hopes of pushes into last gone. They just
aren't focusing down the sentry gun. I thought since Eric was just being uncontested following up that Uber, they were going to for sure get that last point, but that was just not the case.
Well, you know what? Time starts to become a factor here, absolutely. I know I say it a lot almost every match, but it really is here as Mike has got to rally his troops together. They still have a heavy up, and I don't know if Eric's going to stay on that or what, But, I mean, that's a big area denial.
Yeah, he'd have to
wherever
run
he is.
really far back if he wanted to change classes as bot mode goes down, trying to make a play for his team. So Bird Noises do have a player advantage pushing into mid here. Is this Heavy going to play against the EVL squad? That is the question. As ball gets air shot into Nursey. Nursey does force his helmet, jumps over EVL 2 times over, and Mike not using his Uber at all in that exchange. So good job from the Bird Noises squad. That's exactly what they wanted. They're going to be probably waiting for Vol to come back up here and push into mid with their full Uber advantage.
Yeah, I mean, I gotta say, Bird Noises are probably feeling really good right now, but they can't afford to waste any seconds here in this match, Kurt. We can't stress it enough, you know. You're almost looking at 12 minutes left here for their playoff hopes. You get that feeling. We'll see here, though. Hellbent is up top. We're kind of splitting the players up a little bit. Van having a look around. They really have to convert this push into mid. They gotta move quick, or they're gonna let Nursey get hurt.
Van actually did a good job of clearing out Sticky, so they should be able to push in somewhat cleanly here, at least not having to deal with a cheeky sticky trap. At least I don't see one. They do pop early.
Well, Nursey's got it, and they're going to try to pressure, but Nursey pops off as well. Waiting too long here. Helmet lands on the medium pack. He's going to...
Oh, and Mike goes down. That is really not good for Bird Noises. The Heavy just proving to be so strong on that midpoint, just standing there, just suspending both soldiers in the air.
Botmo just kind of try to man mode this whole team now himself and push them off. He's got his team's going to group up with him. Eric's still up. He's punching. He's punching.
Yeah.
I mean, you know, make fun if you will, but the Heavy, it works. It really works. It does.
Yeah, his charming good looks and great personality is helping them push. Yes. His obesity is helping them push last year.
Hellbent.
I think they know by now to focus down the sentry gun, and I think that's what they're trying to do.
Yeah, Hellbent almost got caught there, as a matter of fact. Almost got popped around. He was up on the house waiting. Van got a big headshot. It was on the pelt there. That'll help a lot, but EVL are pot committed here now. They're flashing off onto Eric a little bit. They're looking for players. You Must Mike is tucked away here in the corner. Nobody even thinking about the point right now. They got the gun.
Eric is just wobbling around, doing so much damage, but Link User is... he actually ran out of ammo. Of all things, he ran out of ammo, and Van takes him down. So, again, another beef push from EVL.
Give you flashbacks to the older days of ESEA Invite, wouldn't it? Hearing that clicking sound on the minigun of Heavy. But Bird Noises again, I don't know if we're counting the successful defenses of last, but they've been doing it. Nursey's second time this match is switching off to Kritz Krieg, because as we saw, both medics went down basically the same time. Eric is not giving up on the Russian Bear.
They're feeling confident in themselves to make this Kritz Krieg work. Last time Nursey switched to Kritz, I believe they ended up losing the one round that they lost. So see if they can convert here with Pelt on that Kritz Krieg. Looks like they're going to be pushing right side as they get the crits very shortly here, Mike.
Yeah, absolutely. Both teams just kind of posturing right now. Still the Heavy, 96%. Okay, Nursey about to get the crits, yeah. See what they
he's taking aim this time. This is what I like to see this. Are they actually going to take aim, or are they just jumping in and making space for Pelt? It looks like they're jumping in, making space for Pelt. As Pelt is going in, he actually goes down. Nursey still hasn't popped Kritz Krieg yet, and this is not looking good. Oh my god, they're Kritz Krieg in the Heavy! The laser beam! Oh my god!
Why? The humanity as AIM is able to stand on point and laugh about it to
oh my god. How did I not see that coming? The laser beams, of course.
They telegraphed the hell out of it too. Well, 4-1 we're looking at here, and it does feel out of reach.
Mike? Did Mike have Uber? Did he drop there? He was really close.
I don't know, I feel like all I was seeing was just, I was trying to wonder if I was, what season is this? Is it 21 or, you know, 4? At any rate, we are back on mid here. The EVL team got to be feeling real comfortable here as they are up 4-1. Hellbent is almost in the skybox, takes down Pelt real good here. That'll help Bird Noises, who are kind of scattering and kind of spreading out a little bit. You Must Mike is looking to get a frag, maybe? He's going to find his demo, Psy Guy a little bit, and they're going to win this middle here, but I don't know.
They still have Slumnish behind, and Slumnish has been making plays. He is spotted out here, so he's probably not going to be able to do much of anything besides be a nuisance. And that's exactly what he's trying to do. He's just playing behind and being annoying. That's exactly what he needs to do in this situation. Either go out and die really fast or be really annoying, and he's choosing the latter of those two options.
Yeah, well, you know what?
And he takes
Sometimes...
down Link User.
Link User, the star engineer, no sarcasm at all there. Vol is doing a little bit of work here, and Bird Noises, I don't know. I think they're trying to do the math here. How many rounds can they cap? Here's Slemnish now finally comes out of his coma and
getting that frag onto Link User and still staying alive.
Pulling him back.
Pulling Bird Noises back and just making their life a living hell as they finally take down Slemnish, just giving Nursey so much time to build that Uber. They still are at a disadvantage, but good stuff from Slemnish, just playing so far behind the Bird Noises squad.
Yeah, well, Eric, the dedicated off-classer, forget that, we have Uber coming in, and Pelt was stopping the Uber there, stopping the jump with a couple little pipes. The Uber is finally now in, Ball is just getting right on there as EVL all converge onto the point. They got Eric, he decided the last second to go heavy, which is real smart, actually. He was initially on Engineer, just kind of flushing everybody out here. Van is in a lot of trouble as well. Kind of hard to come in on a fully healed
Mike
heavy.
goes down from bot mode in that right-hand choke area, and the Putis reigning supreme once again on just pushing in and out of last. It just seems so strong on this map, and Eric is doing a good job of showcasing that ability and off-class opportunity. As we've been talking about actually this past week about off-class opportunity on the forums and whatnot, and yeah, Eric's loving this heavy. He's liking the 450 health on this guy as they walk into mid. And he's getting meat shot by Van. Van actually forcing the Uber out of Nursey once again. And if Hellbank can live here, it might prove to be incredibly helpful for their team. They are actually going to have Uber advantage off of that. But bot mode is trying to make something happen. He does go down. Yeah, again, Van making a play for his team, Mike.
Yeah, we'll give credit to all of these Bird Noises players who, even though the game kind of seems out of reach, they're giving their all still. I mean, they have not given up or thrown in the towel, and I'm kind of seeing that out of both teams. Hopefully that'll keep up here. Like you said, there is a slight advantage here. You got to think Bird Noises, why not? Just come on in and try to use this here.
It's going to be so hard to push into this heavy, Mike.
Man, he's going to shut down any jumpers. It's just so effective, Kurt. It's dangerous.
They do get Pelt really early. He got caught out in that lobby area. Are they going to be able to get more with this Uber? It looks like they're going to get a lot with this Uber. They do take down Eric and Pelt with their Uber. That might be just enough. But Nursey is looking to go in with hers, even though she only has 3 other players alive on her team. And here they come. They actually lose Slemnish in the process, but they do take down Mike as AIM is getting skyboxed right now.
Yeah, a little bit. He's still up, though. He's got his best bud. He's got Nursey there with the heal. No, he gets cleaned up there. Looked like he had Vol's number, but Vol cleaned him up and is still kind of alive here on the flank area. That heavy, though.
He's just keeping any soldiers from bombing in, and Link User is in deep. Is he going to be able to make a play? He's actually standing in the spot where AIM was earlier in the game, just mimicking what AIM was doing, but I don't think this is going to work out for him. He is chasing. He's just hiding.
If they can take down Eric on heavy, I think they have a good chance of, I don't know. I mean, Bird Noises won it right now, and it seems like EVL are sort of...
I think they might be just setting up for a back cap here.
Let's have a look here.
Link User is not making any moves at all, and I don't know. I really don't know what Bird Noises' plan is here. They might be just waiting for an opportunity to get Link User in onto Nursey, and here he comes.
Oh, no,
he should be able to get a nice clean shot onto her. Here we go. He hits a nice shot onto her and forces the Uber, so Link User does make the play. Just incredible amount of patience just paying off. But Sagai getting caught out. So Nursey is forced to use her Uber, but they do get 2 with it.
Well, they hopefully now will look at US Mike. He's at 100% now. He gets his Uber, and so again with an advantage. Here's a jump by the soldier. Mike's Uber is popped off meanwhile, and they're going to see if they can get something. Here's Van, who, well, no one to get there, but they did get the man, and they got Eric as well on heavy. And now with that big heavy down, I mean, the world is
on the
yours.
other side of the map spawn killing right now, as the Bird Noises team is just mulching EVL. I don't know what the hell Health is doing. He needs to die. This has to be around for Bird Noises, right? They can't lose it.
The Bird
right
Noises are nothing to stop them. They just walked right in. 4-2.
Yeah, Health just like jumped behind and tried spawn killing, and there was only 1 player to spawn kill. Didn't seem like the ideal play, but
well, I don't know. We're losing our minds a little bit.
Great Uber coming from Hellbent, and I believe it was Van taking down the Putis and getting that round. So that's the key for them. They got to get that heavy down if Eric is choosing to do that.
AIM
As we head
seems to be not
to another mid here, Mike.
AIM's not on the server from my perspective here, which is interesting. There are 3 minutes left in this match, Kurt. Hellbent is up high. I don't know what's going on. I guess they've exhausted their pauses. I don't know which team
I really don't know
paused.
why they're not pausing. There is 3 minutes left, but they still could tie it up. Ball is going in deep. They really need to play aggressive here because they need 2 rounds.
Bird Noises, it takes, I mean, this is 2.5 minutes left here, Kurt. We've seen crazier things happen. Botmo's about to go down.
Takes on bot mode. He does. Actually, Hellbent finishes off the frag there. And ESEA-I going in deep. ESEA-I trying to make a play onto Mercy, but he doesn't.
Kurt, we're going to have an Uber exchange here at last, looks like. Bull is up high and getting out some good damage, but let's have a look here and see as Bird Noises look real good here. If they can get 1 or 2 big picks, they're going to have nothing to stop them. Here's Eric on the heavy. He takes 2 rockets. He's going to try to come out here and try to stop this, but I don't know.
Oh no, this heavy is going to just wreak some havoc as he takes down Mike.
Slemnish. It's okay, Slemnish still in the works here. Slemnish is still kind of chilling.
Yeah.
That's what I'm going to try to do here.
They almost made that Uber work as they took down Nursey post Ubers, but didn't work out. And this is looking really bad for Bird Noises. They have just under 2 minutes to get 2 rounds, and I don't know if it's even possible at this point. It's very close. And AIM is just playing Spy with the Dead Ringer.
Dead Ringer. Good for him. Well,
yeah, good for him. You know,
we'll check back in with him later. We'll check in with AIM later. Meanwhile, Bird Noises are trying to win this match. It's a 1.5 minutes left, just under. They're gonna just, I think, try to blitzkrieg this point. They spotted the AIM Spy behind, which is as confusing to them as it probably is to us. Vol is in, just spamming the gun down. No gun gear, and Bird Noise is putting together a push, although they are running out of time. They're going to get down that second gun again. They do have heavy up. It's Eric once more. They're just going to get on point. Eric's attention was drawn away
they need to take on Eric. They finally get him down, but Mike does go down. Are they going to be able to convert this round? They do. So they do have 55 seconds to finish the game. I don't know if that's enough. They're really going to have to steamroll this round here, Mike, but good pushes from Bird Noises. I'm pretty sure EVL knows that they have won the game, or AIM is just being a huge troll because he is on Spy again.
I'd love to know the story too. It is a little unsportsmanlike, but I'm, you know, who am I to say that? Guy is on the middle right now.
Yeah, it looks like Bird Noises know they can't win either.
Yeah.
Maybe they're just counter trolling as Eric just skybox or takes Hellbent out of the sky, and yeah, this is just some scrappy last minute heroics, I guess.
Stats padding. Well, this match is going to go down in the end 4-3 for EVL Gaming. Will improve their record. A little bit of a strange finish to this one, though, Kurt. I don't know what I think of all that. Bad manners.
It is a little BM, but I'm more focused on Bird Noises. Just if they were able to convert that second last round, excuse me, a little bit earlier, they would definitely there'd be a lot of actual pressure on EVL there. But good showing from Bird Noises, but
yeah,
good showing's not enough. You need that win.
Yeah, I want to talk about the story of 2 halves, and I mean, you know, we saw that EVL kind of got a little complacent at the end, but what a super strong second half for Bird Noises, like you just alluded to, compared to the first half. And I look at the final damage stats: 78,000, almost 79,000 damage for Bird Noises to EVL's 69,000, and they had a heavy for half of the friggin' thing. You almost got to wonder, you know, if, I mean, it felt like Bird Noises were a little, I don't want to say nervous, but maybe lacking a bit of confidence in the first half using their backup medic.
I don't know. I think it just comes down to not being able to push out out of their last point when they got 2 picks. It happened like, I think 5, maybe 6 times, and I think they converted getting the second point once out of all of those opportunities, and that really isn't going to really cut it if you want to win a match. And that's probably why they had such high damage. They were just fragging constantly while defending their last point, but they were unable to get out of there most of the time. And yeah, it just sucks for the Bird Noises squad. They need to win the last 3 games of the season if they even want a shot in playoffs here, Mike.
Yeah, absolutely. And I mean, I'll say this as well. Mike looked fantastic. I mean, he's only on the roster 3-4 days. I don't know how many chances they had to scrim with Mike as medic. No idea. But he had a couple pops that we saw that, you know, it was maybe just one stick that made him pop or whatever. But other than that, I mean, I think he played very strong. There's only 1 dropped Uber for each medic. And so he didn't really draw the team back. You'd have to wonder with Indus, though, who's been playing with them all season, would it have been a bit different? But at any rate, it is kind of a heartbreaker. I know a lot of people were kind of pulling for bird noises there. We're going to have to wait and see, I guess, how those last 3 matches of the season will play out for them. Meanwhile, EVL are laughing. You know, they can afford to go spy. They can afford to come into Twitch chat and talk about the game before it's over because they are in playoffs, that's for sure. You know, I'm sure they don't really have any worries going down the stretch here. Bird noises, I mean, I've got to say I was encouraged by them, though, Kurt. I mean, I think they've got the fire. They've certainly, I think, earned their spot and invite next season if they want it, from my mind.
Oh, of course. Bird noises are one of those teams that kind of came out of the woodwork, in my opinion. I did not expect them to do as well as they did so thus far this season. And they look very strong. Like, if they don't make playoffs this season, which is very unlikely in the situation they find themselves in, I think they definitely are a contender for a playoff spot next season for sure. They're definitely a team to look out for. A lot of up-and-coming players. I know it's said time and time again, but it's true. This team is looking very strong.
How about Van? Van is a name that I don't think anybody knew, unless you followed IM, of course, before this season. If you only followed Invite, you had no idea who Van was. But I think Van proving himself to be one of the kind of stronger scouts. I almost liken it to maybe Eric last season, who people didn't really know unless you followed IM, who proved himself to be just a kind of scout that just kind of puts the team on his back sometimes when it's most important. A great game by him, and Slemnish, of course, as well. Lots of good performances. Yeah. So in terms of standings-wise, EVL are actually now in 3rd place in the Invite division as of this second. Now, Bird Noises are still in 5th place. They are at 6 and 7. They have 1 game played up on Running with Scissors. They are going to face them before the season is out. We'll have to see. I don't know if anyone's done the math yet. I don't know if EVL's spot is guaranteed or not. I don't know.
It should be.
It should be.
I think they can lose out and still make it.
Yeah. Well, at any rate, you know, I guess that kind of race, though, for that 4th spot, it's, I mean, it's still going. Unfortunately for Bird Noises, they're not able to stamp out a victory here today and kind of, you know, show that they're wanting this over Street Hoops. But I don't know. Any parting thoughts, Kurt, or anything else you want to discuss?
I'm looking forward to watching the rest of the matches that Bird Noises has this season, especially the one against Running with Scissors. I feel like that's an incredibly good matchup, and I can't wait to see it or even cast it if we do have the opportunity to do that. And yeah, that's all I have to say. Good game. It was fun to watch on a normally rather boring map. It was pretty fun.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah, I'm looking at the Bird Noises schedule. If you guys want to have an idea, thinking forward to the future as opposed to thinking backward to the future, Process Week is just about to start, and Bird Noises do have both Running with Scissors and Street Hoops on those maps. So there's potential for teams to move around a bit in the standings, but tell you what, why don't we call it there? I want everyone that's watching here live with us to give some love in the chat to Mathsad, who produced this for you guys. Hopefully you got a lot of the, you know, the heavy camera, you know, face to face with the heavy, you know, show us the hatred in his eyes, that heavy class. Probably your favorite class, Kurt.
It's my favorite character in the game, not favorite class. He's a jolly Russian man.
Jolly old
Gotta love him, but he's really boring to play.
Yeah. Well, tell you what, we have nothing more to say, but guys, you're going to want to stay tuned to Team Fortress TV this coming week, as well as the rest of the season and playoffs, to catch the rest of what is in store for ESEA Invite Season 21. Go to teamfortress.tv, and of course, Team Fortress TV on YouTube. You'll be able to find all the VODs and all the highlights. Maybe we'll even have some from tonight's match, but we're going to leave it there. My name has been Getawhale. His name is Truktruk, joined by Mathsad doing production. We'll see you guys next time, and have a good night.